Okay, so today is kind of a surprising day. Just came out of the blue that I'm going to be playing GTA 5 in any form for the first time in a couple years, and obviously online as well. I'll just start in story mode for the sake of an intro, just so I can like walk around or whatever and do something. But this one does deserve a bit of an intro because let me think of my whole history with the GTA series. Like, I've done. Oh shit, you don't. Oh shit, you don't want to be in the club though because. Oh shit, get out of here. There's some sort of potential, whether it be the music or whether it be whatever, seeing the girls, there's always something questionable with that. I can't really be Michael, but I guess it doesn't matter. Just kind of walk around as we do this. But yeah, like, what is my history with the series? This series is obviously I did that epic GTA 4 run where it was 100% world first, fucking where you can't fail any missions and you have to 100% the game in addition to permadeathing it. So that was an epic one. The other games I did like a first playthrough permadeath and failed pretty spectacularly. GTA 3, I got knocked off by the most dedicated criminal in Liberty City. Like, he knocked me into the fucking water as we're having like a car chase with him. And then Vice City, I got ran over by a car after I'm celebrating. Like, I had just done a mission and it was complete, and then I'm running on the street and then I get run over by a car that's just like panicking because of the chaos that we caused, I guess, with the mission that we just did. Hey Freshwater, how's it going? Bro is gonna be banned. Yeah, not for that, but for some reason, yeah, that has happened before. Like, somebody, if you like go to get the lap dance or something, then I think you get in trouble. Although it's always weird with stuff like that because it's like they let you stream the game, so then who's to say what part of the game you are and aren't allowed to stream? Or you know what you actually have to do is just turn off the music overall, which I hope there's a way, I forget. Like, you turn off the no fucking like, you turn off the radio overall, but not the music itself. Right, but I guess for now it won't matter. But yeah, let me think. So that was GTA 4 I have a good experience with. None of the other ones I really had even played that much, if at all. And so I did those first playthrough permadeaths. With this game, I was notorious, I guess, for making fun of it. Because it took me like only 3 tries, which might seem like, oh, haha, you still died twice. But on average, that's pretty easy for a run. And it's because of this stupid ass regenerating health. You go in cover and you can full heal anytime you want. Like, your character is literally Iron Man. And you're just invincible. And I kind of hate that. From an immersion standpoint and just from a gameplay standpoint, it makes it so stupid. Like, sure, you still die from catching a stray bullet here or there, or like some vehicle explosion or something, but generally speaking, that is a dumb mechanic that I just don't like. Yeah, generally that wasn't too difficult of a run, and it wasn't like a 100% run like the other one or anything like that. It was just a normal run. Let me think. This deserves like a really thorough background, though. Let me think, because it's like I don't talk about, I haven't talked about a GTA game or a Rockstar game like in years because I haven't played one. So now this gives me a chance to do that too. It's more like a just chatting category. Gotta love that the next trailer for GTA 6 is in 2025. Yeah, I can't believe it really took that long, unironically. I mean, if you think about the series overall, like, GTA 4 to GTA 5 only took 5 years. So, like, that's normal. It's still a long amount of time. Who would have thought it would have taken over 12 years between the next one? And they didn't even do DLC for this game, like Lost in the Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony. They didn't do anything for it. It's glad it's happening. It almost seems like it might not at this point somehow. Rockstar will literally just retire before they ever do this. And the same thing happened with Skyrim. Fallout 3 came out in 2008, and then Skyrim came out in or I guess Oblivion came out in 2006. So 5 years later, Skyrim comes out, and then it takes another 13 years before we'll get Elder Scrolls 6. Like, these companies get sort of fat and happy and bloated on their success that they sort of get complacent and they don't put in the same work, because sure, the game might be great and perfect and they put in a lot of work and money, and apparently this one is the most expensive game ever, GTA 6. But even then, it doesn't mean it has to take that long. No matter how good it is, that's still too long. If it's not at least early 2025, yeah, I don't even know. It seems like GTA 6 will definitely come out before Skyrim, though, or not Skyrim. Fucking Elder Scrolls 6. They seem to be dragging their feet a bit more with that one. I would say I'm more a fan of RPGs that way, so I would prefer, and I'm not talking about a rocket launcher like in this game. So it would be, I'd be more excited for Elder Scrolls 6 because yeah, if I think about it, this will be like my backwards critique on this game too. Like, how much have I played Skyrim since it came out? Like, any chance I get, or, you know, now I've relegated it to where I'm only allowed to play it on Christmas Day. But the point is, I would have much more of a desire to go back and play that. This game, at least as far as the single player is concerned, I have no desire whatsoever to play, because yes, there's still stuff to do, like you can buy a couple properties and whatnot, but they kind of castrated the single player in this sense. And so the best way to criticize is actually to propose my idea for what I thought they should have done. Or when I first played the game, like I said this, I thought they would have it like between the characters where, for example, Franklin would have the gang wars going on like CJ and San Andreas. You would have all these territories in the city with different colors and gangs and stuff, and they would keep changing. So whenever you would switch back to him, you could fight and retake the ones that get taken while you're playing as a different character. So he would have that dynamically going on in the open world, that you could constantly have these gang fights and gang wars going on, right, to give Franklin something to do outside of the story. And then Trevor kind of already has one, like with the gun running missions, but they could just make them a little better and a little more challenging. And then Michael would have the vigilante missions, like where you go in a cop car and you drive around and do the gang activity in various locations. So that would have been so cool to combine those three, but in fact, they don't even have any of them. Or again, Trevor has like some sort of okay mission like that, but they kind of missed that opportunity because that would really flesh out the open world. There would always be gang wars going on. There would always be, you know, vigilante missions to do, which I did those a lot in GTA 4. Kind of like how I do the college book quest in Skyrim. It's kind of just an example of like, how do you get the core gameplay without actually doing any story? And you can do it over and over, and it'll keep taking you to different places on the map that you haven't been to in a while, and it'll create this really dynamic thing that you can have all these epic core gameplay shootouts or combat experiences, dungeons, whatever you want to say. So you're getting the core experience without needing to have story or do a scripted mission, and it really fleshes out the whole world because, you know, you can do them anytime, anywhere, as much as you want. Even if you don't like that mechanic, how would it hurt to have it? So the reason why they probably castrated that is to force you to play online and buy shark cards and do all this kind of shit, or at least to encourage you to do that. Because if they had vigilante missions and they had all this stuff that you can do in single player, then there might not be as much of a reason to do that. And so they're almost deliberately saying, like, once you beat the game, then you don't really feel like doing anything. I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, you know, you bought the game and then you beat it within a week and then, you know, you're complaining there's not enough to do. There is still a lot to do, but it feels kind of like there's no core gameplay element to do, where it feels like there's these repeatable, replayable, fun missions, right? That's what felt like was really missing with it. Even GTA 4 arguably has that issue too. Like, the world is your oyster. You can just kind of go around, do whatever you want, but there isn't that much structure to do, right? It's just kind of like sandbox in a pure sense. Just go around, blow shit up, and just kill people, but so what? And so you might question, like, why not just kill cops and do that kind of thing, and why isn't that satisfying? But it's the same reason why I praise the Red Dead bounty system over the wanted system in the GTA games. Because the Red Dead bounty system works like, at least in Red Dead 1, I haven't even seen it in Red Dead 2. But in Red Dead 1, if you get like a high bounty like I've done, and I've done my bounty hunter challenge where I specifically try to get it as high as possible, what happens is that basically they'll pursue you every once in a while, but if you kill enough of them, then they leave you alone for a bit and you can go about your business. So you can do missions, you can interact with the town, so you can still have a core gameplay experience without having to just simply run away. In these games, if you aggro the cops and you get it up to 6 stars or whatever, you either run away and escape that way, or you keep killing them forever, or you die. There's no middle ground where it feels like, okay, you're on the run and you get ambushed by a bunch of law enforcement like in Red Dead, and then you kill them in a gunfight and then you move on, right? They leave you alone, but your bounty remains. So it's kind of like this ongoing criminal playstyle where you have 30k bounty, but they're not always on you the whole time. So that's much more satisfying, in the same way that gang activity is. You go to a location, you do the gang war, or you have the little fight, and then you move on, and you can keep going, and it feels like you're actually making progress and doing a structured mission. So that's much more important to me. So I'm surprised that they sort of undercut the single player that way. And again, of course, to force you to play online. That would be one of my criticisms of the game, that it doesn't have any of those. And again, it doesn't have to be specifically that, but something to take the place of it. It'd be amazing if in all this time I never knew. Maybe there was something like that and I just didn't know what it was, but it doesn't really seem like it. Vigilante missions especially, there was no reason to remove that, right? Like, why would they think that was a good idea? That was a classic staple of the series, and it was so well done in GTA 4. So what else is there to touch base on in this series that obviously has tremendous history? Like, yeah, that took me 3 tries to do. This was like the big mechanic in GTA 4 where you would press like E and pick up a brick and you could throw it through a glass window or something, and that was like a big deal at the time. Physics, open world gameplay, but or like this is kind of a big deal that you could even go first person, which wasn't available in this game originally. What else is my background with the game? Like, okay, so in 2013, right, this came out, which is hard to believe, but I didn't have a PS3 at the time, and it didn't come out on PC until like 2015, right? So at the time, you wouldn't have known when it was going to come out on PC. So here's the thing with that. I go out and I buy a PS3 bundle with this game just so I could be able to play it right when it comes out. And so that was my first time having like a console other than like a Nintendo console or whatever, or at least like one up to date with that generation. So I didn't have an Xbox, I didn't have a PS3. So then I get a PS3, not just for this game, but then I could play like Red Dead for the first time because I hadn't done that. And then eventually I played, you know, The Last of Us also for PS3, and Demon Souls. Like, there were so many games that I had missed that was kind of a good excuse to get it. But I got it mainly for this game, and there was even some bundle with it, right, where you get them together. But what's interesting is we got a beta key for Hearthstone, closed beta key for Hearthstone at the same exact time, right? This was right when Hearthstone was coming out, and so I had to make a decision. Which one do I want to play more of? And I end up playing Hearthstone way more and not playing this at all. And then it takes me all the way until it comes out on PC in early 2015 before I finally actually beat this game. So I wait till it comes out on PC, and of course that's a better experience for it, but I'm surprised. Like, I go all the way out of my way and spend $300 or whatever on a PS3 just to play this, and then I end up not even beating it because I'd rather play a free digital card game, which on one hand shows you how much I like card games. On the other hand, it shows you that you know, I'm a fan of Blizzard games, but also how good Hearthstone was and how excited I was for that. One of my favorite card games of all time now in retrospect, so it's not a bad choice, but it's just a surprising commentary to think how good must a game be that you would rather play it than GTA 5, a new GTA that just came out that you're hyped for, that you just bought a console for, everything like that. Maybe that's part of the reason why, is that I was forced to play it on console, and that kind of kills it. But I remember that one mission at the docks that really turned me off. Like, I get Gromish Hellscream, my first fucking legendary in Hearthstone, and I'm getting hyped and excited for that. Meanwhile, I'm playing a mission at the docks with Trevor where I'm moving a little fucking crane, and it's like, what does this have to do with anything? It's not even like a properly designed mini game in which you would, you know, oh, it's something that's fun and dynamic and you can do over and over in a meaningful way. Like, you buy the docks and then you can do those missions for extra money or something. There's a lot of little tedious, mundane missions in this game where it seems like, oh, you're setting up for a heist or you're doing some kind of other mechanic, but it's like a one-off mechanic. It's not like a fun, repeatable thing that has relevance later in the gameplay. It's literally just you do it once and then that's it. And you might say, well, not every mission has to be all action, but when the core mechanics of the game are meant to be based around action and those are the best ones, then it's hard to say that that's not what it should be. So you either have to make a proper, robust mechanic for something, or you have to just do action, then just do driving, because those are the mechanics that are actually fleshed out. So it's interesting that I chose to wait that long then, you know, till 2015 before I actually played it, and then, or actually beat it. And then my experience with online is I played probably a good bit of it. It's hard to even estimate, like probably 50, 60 hours. I can't even say for sure. A lot of it was when it first came out, or early on, not really on console though, probably on still 2015, but I probably did a lot of it then, and then I did a bit of it over the years here and there. And so I did really like it. And so as much as there might be this contrarian notion, and as critical as I am of the fact that they, on one hand, it castrated the single player, they could have added a lot of things to this instead. They could have done the DLC. I'm not going to hold that against online broadly and say it's bad because of that, or the fact that they didn't do DLC, the fact that they didn't that they took away those mechanics I'm talking about, even the fact that it took this long for GTA 6 to come out is arguably because the online was so successful, so they were just milking that for shark cards and stuff, so they ended up not really caring as much, right, about even releasing the main game. But even despite all that, I did say at the time, which probably surprised some people, and again, the contrarian notion to just hate on it, that it's actually one of the best online experiences that I ever had, because even in little as I did, like, compared to other people, you can play tennis and you can fly around in a jet and you can do so many different things. And the open world PvP where you can just kind of grief and troll people is very fun. Even if you'd say that, that's kind of mean and you shouldn't do it. That's kind of part of the point, is like, all these civilians are people and you can just kind of fuck them over. Of course they can turn that option off, and I think that was in there from the beginning, but there should almost be such a sense that you can't turn that off and you just have to deal with it, like you're just a random pedestrian or whatever. But that's where games like this will eventually end up, where there won't even be a single player. It'll just be an always populated sort of environment in which every NPC in the world is actually filled by a player. So like, somebody will be the bouncer, somebody will be the stripper or whatever. Like, everybody is actually a player in there. But what else? Just the fact that GTA RP kind of makes it look bad a little bit online. The fact that you shouldn't need that as a third-party thing or a fan-made thing, like with no pixel or whatever. Online should have already taken care of that and filled that void. And on the flip side, the single player should also have, like, why not do it this way then? The single player should just have all the online content added to it. So like, whatever, alien laser gun with expansion 50 million that they did, or all the different vehicles, all the different cosmetics, all the different guns and stuff. Why not just add that to single player once you beat the game, or as some optional unlockable objective? Or why not have all the missions that you can do as part of the online be added to the single player in some way, so that you're able to just do those solo or simulate the experience of doing it, whatever, in a group with the AI and stuff like that. So that's them once again saying, like, they could easily do that, and I'm sure there's mods even that translate it over without even making any new content for the single player. Simply allow us to use the content that's already in there, right? But they just wouldn't do that. So there is a sense that you're really deliberately trying to force people to play online. So despite how good it is, I'm not going to I can be objective that way and say it's a great thing, one of the great, online multiplayer achievements in gaming history maybe, but I can also acknowledge all the negatives that come with it. All right, so what else? This deserves such a long fucking story sort of intro. So, like, all the criticism I said, my little prediction about the, what they should do as far as the gang wars and things like that, and then just the fact that, what else? The whole story and the character system wasn't anything too great. Like, none of the characters really evolved into something that felt like super... Like, Trevor's just crazy for the sake of being crazy, and he's even sort of self-aware of it, so that kind of diminishes it more. Like, he acts all, like, in a few scenes he'll act like sad, like, oh, with his mom and whatever problems he had, but then on the flip side, he's just a dick for the sake of being a dick, so you don't really sympathize with him. And then Franklin feels like he's out of his element, like he doesn't really need to be doing all this. Like, sure, he wants to get out of whatever, the hood and the bad situation he's in, but he also doesn't have to go to such an extreme. Like, it's hard to take the character seriously, because it's like, oh yeah, we don't want to get caught for these crimes, but also let's keep committing more that we don't have to do just because we want to. Like, let's just do the big one just because, right? Like, it's too much a sense of just, it's just there to give you stuff to do as the player, but it's kind of hard to justify it. And I hated the FIB thing so much, how they make you work on the inside. That's so played out. Even in GTA 4, I hated how they did that, but where you're working with law enforcement, that's my biggest hope for GTA 6 story-wise. Make it so that you're a criminal who's actually a criminal who's trying to get away with their crimes, and that's it. not like, oh, you're secretly working with Steve Haynes and this and that. Oh yeah, that's one thing that people really disagreed with me on. I love Steve Haynes as a villain actually a lot, because he's very atypical, and I don't know, he had a certain suave to him that I really liked. He was just kind of casual and laid back, and almost like a vigilante himself, where he's trying to, do good, even using criminals as tools in a crooked way. But he was kind of a unique, interesting villain. But the one that they missed out on is Don Percival, which again is probably because of online. So I came up with this final heist idea, and I made a whole video about it and stuff, where like there's this final Merryweather heist where you have to go around and you go to the base and you figure out where Don Percival is located. He's like the leader of Merryweather, so it would tie up that loose end. And so the final heist of the game would be you find their military base out at sea, and Franklin flies in a tank somehow, or Trevor flies in Franklin on a tank and drops the tank on the big battleship, and then Franklin's in the tank blowing everything up on the ship, and then Trevor's in a jet shooting all the shit, having a dogfight over the seas, and then Michael's going in all stealthy like Metal Gear Solid and incognito and tasing people and disabling switches and stuff. And so you might think, why? I mean, that's just a badass way to end it, and then you kill Don Percival and you avenge, take revenge on Merryweather and stuff like that, and that would have been the final mission in the game, which is a lot more badass than what you get, where you just go around and kill like Stretch and whatever, the Chinese guy and stuff like that. But the main reason why that makes sense is because you never use a tank the entire game, or a jet really, right, as part of any mission in the game. So imagine you have these two vehicles, and they both fit different characters like Franklin and Trevor, whatever, for the jet. You never actually use either one, or you never have to use either one, at least for any mission in the game. So it goes completely to waste, and the whole military base is just kind of there cosmetically. You kind of go there and steal something at one point, but that seems like it goes to waste. So that would give you the perfect excuse to use both of those. You bring a tank and you attack their base. You bring the jet and you have a dogfight, whatever, as Franklin's doing that, and Michael could just be doing his little stealthy kind of stuff that he does, all covert like. And so that would have been a badass final mission. So like it would start off and you have to infiltrate the military base and get their plans, or whatever, interrogate somebody and figure out where the main Merryweather boss base is located out at sea somewhere. Like Don Percival is the leader of it. So they kind of leave him hanging. He even sends you like some stupid text like, oh, just leave me alone. Haha, we're not going to try to kill you even though you killed like 1 million of my men. Like, why would you stop there? You're just random people. You don't have any, security. They could just kill you in your sleep anytime. You're a fucking criminal. Like, I don't know what makes you feel safe. Right? Like, they attack. I love that. They attack Michael at his house, right? Merryweather. And he kills them. And then you think they're not going to attack you at your house again? Oh, now we're safe. We killed a couple Merryweather troops. Now they know where you live. Like, what do you mean? Why wouldn't they just keep coming over and over until they eventually get you? Why wouldn't they just blow up your house? Like, it's not like you have any sort of diplomatic immunity or protection. There's no way they ever justify that. And they turn Dave into a fucking clown. Like, he can just do whatever he wants. Oh, Dave can just cover everything up and make everything okay. And like, why he would even want to do that, it's just so contrived for the sake of whatever the story has to do. So that's what else. This whole stream is just gonna be an intro or whatever, like a background on it, which I don't even mind. So maybe I won't even play online. I'll just fucking. But no, we talked about that. Let me think. I like these long intros because it's like you go into so many different things that I kind of was thinking about, or just kind of whatever comes to mind. So I never like write anything down, but like that happened with the Hogwarts Legacy thing. Like I play Hogwarts Legacy and I spent like an hour before I even started playing the game talking about the whole J.K. Rowling and cancel culture and all these different things, and it was just so interesting. And it kind of harkens back to my old debate format, just how like that would come together. You just kind of go into this stream of consciousness that's very thorough and just long form, and it really I don't know, it just represents kind of my style of what I'm all about. So yeah, the online is really good. The single player is missing a lot of stuff, maybe because of it. What else? Basically, you know, they add all these expansions over time like it's a fucking, whoa, what was that? All the lights came on like at exactly the same time. That was interesting. Like, I know that probably happens, but I normally don't catch it quite like that. The fact is, what was I saying? I do like how it lets you go online like from this. Now, I don't know what this is going to be. Like, it's going to... I almost want to make a new character to see what it would be like, but... Oh, first of all, let me turn off my mic shit. Hang on. This is always cringy, right? You'll be fucking... Imagine using a mic while you're playing a game. I do remember it sometimes taking forever to actually load. Or even the game is kind of like that. Especially on console, if you... Like when you just first start the game, even if you go into single player, it shows you like those little canned screens at the beginning with the different characters and stuff, like for an hour. It just takes a very long time. But then to its credit, there's no like loading time in the game itself. Like once you're in, you're just in. Yeah, GTA RP almost put this to shame a little bit because that's the sort of thing you should be able to do in here anyway, right? There should be no need that you should have to do that. Or like you can obviously mod it, but that almost doesn't feel necessary either. This should give you that same sort of core experience. So it is fun to do like those, you know, I'd almost like to do everything single player, just go through like every mission or everything. It might force you to do stuff in groups, but there's so many cool missions and different storylines that I'm sure would be fun to do. But you'll be still forced to do it online, even if not with other people. But like I would always do that survival one, like the last man standing or whatever, like where they'll keep sending hordes and hordes of enemies at you wave after wave, and you're meant to do it with other people, but you would end up just, you know, I would just end up doing it myself as like a little hard mode kind of challenge, see how long you can last against the waves of enemies. And one thing that triggers me about this game is that there's no crouch button. Like, and people would defend that too as the mindless fanboys that they are. Like, imagine having a third person or first person shooter without a crouch button. And they'll say, well, you can take cover. But you could take cover in GTA 4. You can take cover in other games too. But there's a great meaning for crouching is like, you might not be next to cover directly, but you might be like, there might be something in between you and what's attacking you, right? So like there's somebody, I could show you, I guess, if I could actually move around, but there's like a person standing way over there on one side, like over here, and then I'm whatever, pretend like this is more narrow space than what it is. Somebody's standing here, I'm standing here, and then there's like a car or some obstacle in the middle. So I'm not at the car. So if I try to take cover, I'm too far away from it. But because they're standing there, I'm standing here. If I was able to simply crouch on demand, then the car is acting as cover because I'm kind of using it at an angle. That's how crouching works. So the point is that, and you shouldn't need to justify it. Like, why not just have the freedom to crouch? But it's very stupid that they didn't do that. Right, like what justification could there possibly be to explain it? But people will still defend it. They'll ask not why, you know, why you need a crouch button. Ask why you wouldn't have one in the first place. But I just kind of laid out why. But the point is, you know, you should have the ability to go prone too and shit like that. But yeah, like you might be too far from the cover, but it still obstructs it, and it just makes you harder to hit. And there's so many different scenarios where it could be useful. And they have that stupid little stealth system instead, like where you hunch your back over. I don't know why it's taking this long. Maybe it just won't even work. What the fuck? Or I should have been doing this while I did my intro. I didn't think it would take this long. I don't know what the problem could be with it. Like, I literally just installed it fresh for the first time. I don't have any mods. I don't have anything. It's just the game in all its 100 gigabyte glory that so many of these games can be frustrating with. That's partly the problem too, is like, imagine if you were to play all these multiplayer games like in sequence or something. Like, oh, Star Wars Battlefront is like 100 gigs, and then this is like 100 gigs, and then Fortnite is like not quite 100, but it's still a lot. Like, even if you were a fan of all these collectively, you wouldn't have enough space to fucking do all this shit. It's just insane. Or like the compression is so bad on some of these, like NBA 2K, where it's a game where you're literally on the same courts over and over, just going up and down, right? Like it's a fucking basketball court. There's not that much. It's not like an open world, and it doesn't have all this stuff going on, and yet you're able to still. It's like 100 gigs or something. I wouldn't even be able to tell if my stream froze or not because it's just on the same screen the whole time. Almost as bad as playing chess, where you can't really tell, individual pieces moving or not when you're just looking at it on your phone from the side. But, it just looks like the chessboard the whole time. So maybe I should relaunch, or I don't know what to do. Okay, so I was gonna say after some technical difficulty, we finally got in, but I had to my stream crashed, and I tried to get in while not streaming. In case that helps, it's almost like the same issue that Destiny had. If you try to play the original Destiny, and if you're already streaming, and then you try to connect to the server, it won't work. Or at least for me, it didn't work. So I had to log in first to Destiny, and then start the stream. Now it's probably not going to work here either, so that's incredible. I go idle to start the stream. Like, what the fuck? It's amazing that it wouldn't work, though, just normally. Like, you have to start the game and go into online directly, right from the launcher. But if you try to go in the single player and then switch to online, then it often doesn't work, or something like that. I don't remember what state my character is in or anything like that. I did see that, we had the bailout money. They gave you, $1 million free because the game got hacked or something at some point, or whatever. Just some inconvenience thing they were trying to apologize to people for and suck up, but that doesn't work on me because I don't like handout mechanics like that anyway. So let me see. Doc Tease. It is fun just playing it totally solo. You don't have to do anything with these clowns. Let's see what we have here. We could turn off everything. Voice chat enabled off. Okay, that's all we want to see. What the fuck? Wait, but I'm inside of my base, so now you're already. That's a perfect way to show, fucking most popular online game in the world. Also, you're getting hacked such that you're getting blown up in your own garage. What the fuck was that? It didn't have any effect, but voice chat enabled off, and I should turn off maybe this music. And I don't know why they wouldn't, I don't know. What the fuck? I like the regular music of the game. In fact, that's one of the great achievements of this game, is just that there's no, or that there was no score in the other ones, but there is in this. You can just kind of wander around and do whatever. I don't really know what I was doing, or what there is, oh my god, dude, please, dude. There's too much at some point. It becomes sensory overload to the point where you almost can't even take it seriously. So what, now it's gonna take me back into the single player? Is that what it is? And why would I be here? Or obviously it's just one of the random places that you go to. Michael always does seem to like the water though. He liked his boat, and he does all those missions to do with finding the notes around the thing. That is cool how you always start in some different location, and so what it basically means is that you sometimes have to infer. Sometimes it's obvious what's going on, but you can just kind of extrapolate, oh, he's kind of crying over his sad family life and whatever, enjoying himself by the water. Or there's some that are actually pretty subtle and nuanced that you might not guess what's actually happening, but I almost just don't even mind playing the single player. I haven't done it in so long, but then you realize very quickly there's really nothing to do in a meaningful, rewarding, repeatable, structured mission gameplay type sense, at least. Sure, you can just wander around, but that's all you want is some sort of structure of what to do. And even as much as a completionist as I am, there are times where it feels kind of unsatisfying because you're kind of doing it in such a way that you can go hunting and you can do all these kind of mundane things, but nothing that really feels like it tests all the metal of your, it's a perfect example of that old phrase, you beat a game and in Zelda or something, you have all these 20 hearts and 4 fairies and all these crazy things, but there's nothing to ever use them on, right? Even beating the final boss or doing anything in the game, you would never be required to use that, or there's nothing that pushes you to your limits. That's why they added that stuff later, like the Cave of Ordeals or something, where it's like you go through 50 floors and fight enemy after enemy. At least that gives you something to max out all the stuff you got over the course of the run. But it's amazing that, like, oh yeah, you have all these cool things to collect, but then you never have any need to use them. There's the same thing here. You get all these weapons and vehicles and awesome things, and then the game's over. There's never any reason to use it unless you just do some kind of crazy 6-star wanted level type thing. But let me guess, now it's not going to work. It seems to have a history of not working that way if you try to go from single player and then switch to it. But I love how they do that on the wheel. Like, I wonder who the fourth character is on that. Like, if you were playing the game for the first time single player, but then it turns out it's actually your online character. That was kind of a cool decision to put it there like that. But then unfortunately it's symbolic that it just usurps all the cool things it could be in the single player, including all the stuff they put in the multiplayer anyway. So my goal for this session is just to actually do anything online, like whether I just am actually able to play it at all. I'm not even the type to kind of hate on something just for the sake of it, but man, it is surprising that it's this difficult to get it to work. We got it to work once and we got kicked for, like, we tried first to get it to work, then it wouldn't work at all. Then we go back in, then we become idle because I have to start the stream. Then the third time, it just disconnects me. Like, can I just literally do anything? I'm just in my garage, dude. I'm not even doing anything. It shows you the console controls. The audio, the music is off, which I don't even like. Then the, this thing should be off. The way they kind of do these menus is a little bit clunky, but you have to remember it's made probably with console in mind, so you can't worry about that. So we can wander around the world a little bit. Let me just kind of get my bearings. I do have like that $1 million in the bank, which is probably nothing, but you know, I'm more the type to do that. I'll play it like an open world game, almost like that's exactly what it is. But it's actually kind of fun to do that in this context because, you know, you can just kind of fuck around with people, and you might think that's not nice, but people can always turn that off. So there's this kind of entry is consent kind of concept that I always talk about, but it almost should be that to the max because, you know, like rather than go in a structured mission or something, here you can just kind of do whatever you want. But if we look at the map, and even using the map is kind of clunky in this game because, like, let's just go to each of these players and try to kill them. Even though that's, how do you even see, like, all the people in here? That might seem like a troll thing to do, and the game might not be active to that extent anymore, although you would still think it's very popular. That's one of the most fun things to do sometimes, is just to do that. Right, and if you don't want somebody to do that, then you can just turn it off, so I don't see what the problem is. Looks like he's RPing himself just how he's walking. How is he still alive, bro? Typical online experience, bro. Why can't I shoot either? Oh, that was a horrible point blank miss though, dude. Okay, I deserve that, I guess, but I'm kind of... Why the fuck you all rate the server? How the fuck did he survive that? I'm literally face sitting on him with my car for like 10 minutes. So how do you actually shoot out of a car? I guess I've forgotten that. Because I don't know. Has disappeared. The bounty can claim if you find them again. And he left. Representative from Moore's Mutual Insurance. That was kind of some kind of a cool car. Oh shit, here we go. See, we started a little rivalry with this dude. Too bad I don't have a crouch button. Whatever will I do? Where'd he go? Or the very guy who is fighting me left? Or there's somebody else here? What is happening? What the fuck? There's an error with the set. Man, what's going on? This can't be on my end in any way. Or it could just be you're getting hacked or something somehow, which I hear all kind of things about, but I can't imagine it would happen just based like this. Michael's just having the time of his life zipping around the town. He's a fucking time traveler or just whatever. He can go from his house to the beach and the docks in like fucking 0.5 seconds there. And the amount of time it takes me to go in and walk 5 steps and then get disconnected again. Oh, man. It's hard to even measure how popular this exactly is in this day and age still, but like I wonder if this is the kind of game that even has bots or whatever in it too, to make it seem like it's more active than what it is. And with the advent of all this modern AI and advanced technology, it's going to be like where they'll be able to make an online environment that makes you feel like it's actually active even though it's not, and you won't be able to tell the difference, imitating all the imperfections and idiosyncrasies of people. And so therefore it'll fluff up your ego and still get you to buy microtransactions in a game that isn't even multiplayer but just feels like it is, and they kind of bait you into thinking that. But of course that would never happen. Luxury is living on the water. There's the kind of thing that'll spam you with like a million notifications now just because that car's just gone. Fuck, that was a nice car. And that I'll probably never use again anyway. There's no sense of permanence or anything. Everything's... Okay, how do you shoot? How do you shoot? I should forget. How you do it in the car. It's supposed to be like Q, I thought. Or I'm thinking of GTA 4. The fuck? Oh yeah, you do that, and then you just shoot. So what was I doing before? I had something equipped that had like 9,000 ammo, but it wouldn't work. They could have used that against this clown guy. Like, oh my god. Talking about the Jesus guy at the beach or whatever. Dare you flip off Christ. I forget how you even do that, but if you're like in a car without a... If you're in a car without a weapon equipped, then you'll just flip them off instead, I guess. Like, which game would you rather play, this or Fortnite? For as popular as that is. Both popular with underage kids who are probably not meant to play it, but at least Fortnite is superficially designed in such a way that it's more user-friendly because, you know, it doesn't look like as bad. Like, you're still killing people, but you're killing people in a more cute way, I guess, or something. Downtown Cab Company... Yeah, they kept the cab missions, but they didn't keep the... Figure out how to pole dance with Jesus. This chat has seen better days, let's just say. People trying to be funny, but... Or you know what I love to do is like use a sticky bomb on these clowns. Just like, ooh, what is that? That's like the average driver today on my way home because it snowed like crazy here, so everybody's in a fucking ditch. But no, I love to do like a sticky bomb in terms of feels so unnatural using tab. You know, you just do it on him smoothly and just let him go. It's a very skill-based thing. First of all, catching up, we're doing this like a little mission and he doesn't even know I'm after him, but what the fuck is he even doing anyway? I failed hilariously to kill my first prey, but it doesn't really make sense that you should be able to run over him and land on. You're getting iframes in this like it's Dark Souls. You literally run over the guy and just stand on him the whole time and just stay there, and like how is he going to recover from that? He can't get up. I could have gotten out of the car and blown up my own car and he's still under it. Like, what the fuck? I don't remember it really working like that. Maybe that's something they added later so you can't troll people too bad when you have the advantage of being in a vehicle, but... OTF or... Like, see, there's so much shit going on. Like, I didn't agree to join into any of this, but... It's like I'll end up not really even doing anything, but this is the whole fun of the online experience. Like, oh yeah, I'll totally go in and do missions and try to see what the story is and catch up with everything and this and that. And then meanwhile, I just end up doing this in the overworld, just fucking around with people. Which is literally the whole fun of it at times, but let's see if we can't just actually get somebody. He wouldn't even necessarily know that I'm after him, but he's after like some sort of objective, of course. All that work for nothing, and now they know that I am after them. I wasn't even after the objective at all. Oh shit. I didn't even really see what he was doing there. Fuck. Then you always spawn so close that you would still have a chance to do something here, but... Oh, thanks for the follow. I love this vigilante justice from a civilian. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Yeah, nice. Dude, I've had some amazing failures of actually killing people. Like, where I run the guy over the car. How is this not working? Or is that just meant to troll them? And how is he not killing me in all this time? Like, what is he doing? Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, here we go. Now you could have a 1v1 with this guy till the end of time. And here's the guy who talks about how exploitable the regenerating health is, and I'm not even using it. Information on GTA Online updates can be accessed by highlighting contacts, series, blip. Using explosions is almost a cop-out, though, sometimes. A bit of a cheese. I feel like I could just latch onto the car, even if I don't hit him. What is this one even meant to be? That is like a self-troll. The homing launcher is always pretty nice, but... And the way the cops work online is kind of silly because you almost forget they're even there. Like, they just don't even have any relevance. Oh, look at this guy. He's scared. He's actually running away from me. Fuck. So, maybe I can go pick on somebody else. Or it's kind of fun to just, like, server hop and try to... Like, I don't even care if they kill me. What do I have to lose? Fuck, I didn't mean to do that, though. Yeah, I should do some sort of permadeath online challenge, but it would require you to be a little bit more competent than what I'm showing, I guess. Like, how do you even do that? You have to, like, switch from, like, find new session. Yeah, here. Public session, yes. And just keep harassing people everywhere, but in a fun, positive way, because of course they're consenting to be harassed, if you want to call it that, because they're choosing to be on an online open world PvP environment where they could easily turn it off. Like, it's like in WoW, right? Like, oh, you're killing somebody and somebody wants to be a baby, like Asmongold advertises so creatively killing and whatever, griefing Asmongold, but you're on a PvP server with PvP enabled in a PvP zone, and yet now you're gonna whine and complain about getting killed in PvP. Like, what do you want, dude? You can play on an RP server or something and just do it like that if you want, but it's just dumb because you end up in a situation where, you know, because somebody is a streamer, they're getting special privileges that way. Like, they could kill anybody and, oh, haha, look how good I am. But if you kill them, oh, you must be sniping them, or like, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. Like, you have thousands of people following you and helping you because you're a big personality and a big streamer, at least in his case. And so you have thousands of people trying to kill you too. So, like, you have to take the good with the bad. But here we go, dude. This has happened more times than I've actually been able to get in the game and play it. At least it's cool how you keep getting kicked into the single player. I always like this. Now you're in the same spot, though. Is he going to be watching TV again? No. He went for a little nap. We get a whole life story of Michael while we do this. His wife is kind of ugly, though. You go through all this shit for a wife like that, dude? Got his little projector screen because he's a movie wannabe. Let's try to see what he's looking up on there, but I can't even take out like a scope or something. He's looking at Nico Bellic on there. Yeah, I love that. Merryweather will attack your house and then they'll just leave you alone forever. That's all you have to do if you get in trouble with private militia that operates in secrecy. Just kill everybody and then they'll leave you alone. Or they even have a line like that that pokes at how stupid their own writing is at the end, like, oh, we've withstood all they had to throw at us, now we can go clap back at them. Like in the final mission, yeah, we withstood all the force of a private army because we're just 3 guys, so now they'll just give up and we can go kill everybody else, like Devin Weston and stuff. Like, what fucking sense does that make? If you fuck with a private army like that, or even not a private army, how about a real army? They're not going to just give up like the cops. Oh yeah, we killed enough cops, so they're just going to stop chasing us. It goes against the whole principle of how even the wanted system works in the game itself, compared to like Red Dead, where yeah, if you kill enough people in Red Dead, they will give up. And that's even the system I was talking about and praising, the bounty system. But that's not even how it works here, so that makes even less sense. Attacking the military base is actually pretty hard though. Or like I'd always try to steal a tank or a jet, but it's actually pretty annoying. It's always fun to do online if you can't afford a tank or a jet. This probably would have been the most fun to play at the very beginning because then it wouldn't have been so bloated. And look at that, dude. I keep losing a car for nothing. I've lost 2 out of my 3 cars already. Car permadeath run. If I lose this one, then I have to stop playing. Let's see how many people. How do you actually see how many people are around? I can't remember. Online. It's just some hotkey that I can't recall. Should be caps lock since you don't have any special ability here either. Like you would in the fucking campaign or something. It's not tab. It's not this. I guess you can just see here generally. There's only 5 players. There's only 4. Is there somebody nearby? This guy, Let's try to find a new session and then we'll get kicked out again. Yeah, the whole way this menu works is super clunky. I'm surprised it's still like that. It doesn't feel right having to go in that, and then even looking at the map is super clunky because then you can't really move around and it's kind of distracting you at the same time. Online players. Yeah, the way the map works doesn't feel very intuitive. The way that the menus work, you have to go in and like pick jobs, and it's like very weird how they've done it. And I guess they originally did that because of console, but then to think that they never would have fixed it after 10 years is pretty unbelievable. Let's see how much this server hopping actually works. Trying to find fresh meat. But yeah, I genuinely enjoy this aspect more than anything else as far as the missions and stuff. But I would like to do one of those survival last man standing type of things. Or I wonder if you could go through like all the old story that you haven't done. Because they would always release these trailers and stuff like, oh, they released this new expansion with Lester and all these kind of fun things. Okay, here there's at least a good amount of people. In fact, there's somebody right next to me. You got to remember how to do this, although I don't have enough actual ammo on me here. Let's have to use some boring SMG. I love chasing people when they don't know they're being chased because it makes them an easy target, I guess, but not really, not for me. You pretend this is like a mission objective and we just dynamically start into it. And if I die then, oh fuck. Do they get the idea that you're after them? I guess, but he would never expect me to do this maneuver. Let me actually go to the gun shop and get some shit here on the way though. Do I have a controller? No, I'm on PC with a mouse and a keyboard, which I do much prefer, but doesn't mean I'm always very good at it. That's my sense of honor. I might suck at aiming with the mouse and I could benefit from the console aim assist, but I still would prefer playing on whatever with the better objective system. Like even I said that with GTA 4. Like I'd rather play in a laggy, poorly optimized game on PC and deal with that just for mouse controlled aiming because it was one of the worst ports ever, rather than play on console and have to deal with the shitty console aim to whatever extent it matters, because you know, it would still run better, quote unquote, if you want to consider it that, because console performance is still shit. Now, why don't I have access to any of these? Or, oh, they just don't show up that way. Rank 50. Yeah, I'm not a very high rank, and not saying this is my only character or account or whatever, but what rank actually am I then? I forget how you see that. Like, there's a way to see it, like just on this screen, where it would show you your rank and it would show you without having to go in the menu. Let me see. You could just pull up something like show controls for, let's see, key bindings. It would just show you the list of players and it would show you your rank and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Z. There you go. Yeah, so there's everybody on the server. You got the little Illuminati icons. I'm only rank 31. This might be one. No, I had like this female character who was a relatively high rank too, although maybe not much more than this. I'm saying is because PC lets you use a controller if you have Bluetooth or something like that. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't think I have any of that stuff with me right now anyway. Rolex are moving a gun running shipment. See, this would be a fun sense of progression. Like, oh, I want to rank up so I can get this, but also I can probably get far better stuff than just for doing nothing, right? That's just how it works, though. They'll just give you handouts and stuff like that. But you always do want some sense of progression or structure to the whole thing, because otherwise you would just go around and do random shit like this, which is still fine with me, but my favorite thing is definitely a sticky bomb. There's so many cool things you can do with it. This is all I'll ever spend my money on. Why is it spending my money from the bank, though? I wanted to spend the 27k I have on me. Weird. It's not like I didn't have enough for that. Okay, so this leaves a decent number of people here. In fact, this guy's still very close if it's the same one. I don't know how it determines all their colors and stuff. GTA Bunkin' be fun. Fuck. Driving in this game is almost too easy, even as I say that and I fuck up. But it's like the one thing, yeah, GTA 4 people rightfully complain, like, oh, it feels like you're driving a boat in a car or something like that. The driving is too punishing. But what this game doesn't do very well is it doesn't delineate good cars from bad cars. You could be driving a shitty car, right, in the hood that you steal that's like half broken down, and it'll feel just as smooth as like a race car or a sports car. They all just feel too good, right, instead of some feeling really smooth later on that you have to work your way and earn. Oh yeah, here we go, dude. This is the kind of stuff that they've added over time. I go to try to kill that guy and it becomes a real challenge. Like, I wouldn't even be able to keep up with that. I could have tried to use my homing launcher or something. But you know what? I think I'm out of ammo with that too. Oh, fuck. I better go back to the gun shop again. Or I don't really need it, but that can always bail me out for my shitty aim. I don't remember this bridge thing being here before. Now, I'm making my approach a little bit too obvious on these guys. You suck at driving? Yeah, it's definitely not the hardest part in this game. I would say just aiming is probably more so my weakness, but that's like where they try to equalize it. Like if you play on console, they'll give everybody aim assist so everybody has it. Like in Destiny or something, they would force you to do that. Non-consensual auto aim, just to make it fair for everyone, so everyone has to deal with it. But in this case, that's like them even conceding that fuck, what a bait. That's even them conceding. What kind of weird glitch was that? It's the fact that they won't give you auto aim here because they know that mouse and keyboard actually works properly, so there's no need for it. I'm just throwing away my every single vehicle. Fuck, my reaction time's not good enough. Now I'll chase him in this shitty van over here. Okay, we got it. Oh my god. Yeah, we can take out this helicopter. I should have really gotten the homing launcher thing. This map is sometimes not very good at showing you stuff like from a distance. I forget how to zoom out the map too. That's one way of doing it, but there's actually another way. Where was the gun shop? I was just there. Here, I'll go back just to get the... I'll end up spending all that million of welfare handout money, whatever they gave me for some reason at some point, many years ago, just on buying all this shit that I waste all the time. I could not have picked a shittier car either. Okay, here we go. We'll go to the gun shop again, or this might be a different gun shop. That one had like the shooting range or whatever. Just this core gameplay even that I'm doing here, even as inefficiently and clownish as I'm doing it, can still be so much fun even after all this. And this is all I would ever do. Maybe I'm just easily amused like that, like how I do in Red Dead. I'll go in Red Dead and be like, oh, this will be the time that I actually beat the story. Also, 10 hours later, I end up just doing, you know, killing random people over and over to get more bounty all day, every day. So it'd be the same thing here. Let me actually do some missions and fun stuff and see what the story's like in the online campaign and whatnot. And then also I just end up doing this the whole time, which is fine, but it's just weird that I'm so easily amused by that. Homing launcher, here we go. Only get 10 shots for it. Hunters, how safe is your rifle? Okay, now we can actually chase down people with confidence because we know, or you know what, let's just double check because I'm being so anal about, let's just top everything off. Like even the other launchers and stuff, I guess. Whatever, we have enough money to do it. How do you max it out again? I think you use like spacebar. Let's just buy everything. Pay $20,000 for a fucking cosmetic on some of these things. Full. It's not like I've used any of this stuff literally in years either. Okay. Whoops.
Now don't get too crazy with that, you hear?
Oh, that I didn't even have. Precision rifle. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we don't even have like a regular rocket launcher? That's weird. You have insufficient... Wait, what? Oh shit, I just spent like $1 million somehow. I don't know how. Military rifle. Wait, what? Wait. I didn't even do anything. I'm just trying to buy something.
As much. You moron.
Okay. He shot first, and then his body appeared by the door. Whatever, I guess that's good enough, but I just wasted like all my money. Oh, fuck, I don't want this one. Oh shit, there's somebody actually here. Okay, how do we, I gotta remember the keybinds on all these. Where's he at? Where's he at? Huh? Oh shit, did he go non-PvP mode just as soon as I... You can still get them killed because that caused him to knock back. So by not killing them directly, but by blowing something up in their vicinity, you could potentially kill them. Yeah, look what a great consequence there is for being a troublemaker too. Literally nothing. You just respawn and lose a little bit of money that I don't even care about. Like, I want to show that whole point too. You can kill somebody by not killing them. Fuck. He's got pretty good instincts. Okay, who is this blue clown over here? Let's try to see what happens. Why is he out in the middle of nowhere like this? Says me. Flare gun to announce my presence. Let's try to use something else here. This one's okay. Yeah, I wonder how much this has really been popular on Twitch over the years too, because I've certainly never really streamed it, but it is. You know what was more popular seemingly was like GTA RP for whatever reason, turned it into like some sort of a reality TV show, which I kind of take a little offense to how they went about that, because yes, you know, I'm a fan of RP in general and you should like it, but it's the same way that like Hardcore Classic was. It's like they turned it into a gimmick, like, oh haha, did you know there's this cool thing that you can do where you can do a permadeath run of a game like that you could have done all along, even though you know you could have always done it and I was the type of person who did it anyway. So it's like with RP is not like some one-off gimmick thing you can do. People spend years doing it and coming up with characters and elaborate stories and doing voices. Meanwhile, XQC feels like doing it, and so he just does it, like, and he gets special treatment all the way and all this kind of shit. So whatever, it might seem salty to say that, like, oh, I should be happy that it was popular, but I never really did it too much in this game, but I did do a little bit. I did like a little courtroom RP, like way back, obviously long before that was popular. So to whatever extent, I can't remember all the details in the server and stuff, but basically, you know, they would have that happen in NoPixel and stuff too. Like you get to be a lawyer, and whenever somebody commits a crime, you actually deal with that, and you get to argue the case in court and stuff like that. My whole Phoenix Wright, whatever, lawyerly fandom coming out in that. You did that on 360? Cool. So that's kind of fun, and you can kind of just live in that role and really take it seriously and stuff. It's ironic that, you know, people would more willingly play in a what's going on over here? People would more willingly play in a law-abiding way in that way than they would ever play in a game like this, like in online or any other capacity. And like the single player, so they get people to actually enjoy doing that. Like committing a crime is actually a big deal because you'll actually get arrested and your record will be tainted and everything is so well regulated. Yeah, see, they won't even react to this. Just another day in NA, am I right? Just another day in the US, haha. Walking around with an assault rifle. Business battle, good types product. Why are there so many cops out and about anyway? We're not even doing anything. Oh yeah, not that we're totally intending to kill somebody on sight, but we missed that guy because I was so distracted by them. How did we zoom out the map again? Whatever, I guess this kind of... Oh, here we go, here we go. Fuck, well, where is he? Is he flying or he's under me? Gotta get like some kind of crazy juke shot where we just shoot somebody like way at a crazy angle that they would never expect. Or you could be in the bus. Kind of been abandoning my vehicles a lot. Not enough players in the session. For what? Oh, just the event. It's kind of cool how those things are always going on, even if nobody does them. It's just, you know, gives you some dynamic open world mission to do. This is such a good thing for like people with ADD or something. Like, just go around and just do random shit. That's how some of these games are. It's like too much stuff. It's sensory overload at times. Like Fortnite, go build shit and also, you know, whatever. You get to play as Darth Vader one week, and you get to play as the Avengers next week, and you get to build while in the middle of combat, and there's new items every week, and just too much crazy shit. Compare that even to games like Overwatch or something where it's more structured, right? Like where it's always the same thing over and over, and it's in like a fixed sort of template style, which I never thought I'd say that about Overwatch in a positive way, but like there's at least a certain sense of an arcade structured value to it where you know it's the same every time, so now it's just a matter of how well you execute within those bounds, like Smash Brothers or something like that. Where the fuck is everybody? Wait, where have you not I? Oh, here. The server seemed to have a lot of people, but I can't seem to actually do anything. Where is he? You can always have a sticky bomb at the ready. Fuck. And I blew myself up. Did I get him though too? Somebody died at the same time that I did that. Incredible. Haha, so funny. I'm totally doing it just to farm content. Whatever. I could have totally got that guy too. Gotta make it like where you chase them down and then do it, so then it feels actually worthwhile while they're trying to get away or whatever they're trying to do. And that's the whole beauty of a sticky bomb. You can do it and then you can wait a little bit and then still blow it up later. You don't even have to time it right or anything. I want to get this guy over here, but he's going too fast. This is one case where speed doesn't kill. What the fuck happened? Wait, what is that? This is like some kind of a calamity mod type shit. This doesn't look like a natural occurrence at all. Weird. These locations never get old either. Like I'm kind of vaguely remember a lot of them. Just remember having been through these areas so many times, but I didn't actually ever 100% complete this game at all. That shows you the difference between this and GTA 4, where I not only did it, but I did it within that permadeath run context. But here, it's like, you know, I just beat the game and I just did those runs, but that was about it. Like collecting all the 50 murder mystery notes and stuff that are like on the rooftops of buildings and whatnot, and buying all the businesses. So they got these crazy like broom things, whatever, that they're flying on. I don't know what to even call them. But that does kind of hurt my ability to chase them down. Come on, why can't I just get somebody? I'm never paying attention when they... Okay, I got him at least, so I don't even care if I go down in the fight. That's sometimes the easiest way. You'd never expect you to do it in such a way that you blow yourself up. Fuck. It's worth it. It's worth it. Albany, Washington. Yeah, I'm like a tennis god in this game. I should totally... Oh, here we go. How do I not get him in that? It doesn't even make sense. He was right there. You really think I care about myself here, dude? Aw, stick around. What? Aw, now he'll run away like a clown that he is. Fucking vigilante justice. Look at that. Double teamed by the cars. And I still have enough time to get away with those iframes. And their aim is even more shit than mine. That homing launcher kind of let me down there, though. Look at even my character's appearance, for whatever that's worth. This is whatever it was back then. I probably didn't change it for a super long time. I'm not changing it even now, because I'm just too lazy. So whatever random assemblage of stuff this is. I do like the mask, though. Like even in Red Dead, I always like to wear the bandana on my little bounty hunter character. So I missed out on Red Dead Online, and I never really played GTA 4 Online either. And so it's a case where, man, I'm too slow. It's all these clunky keybinds that I'm not used to or anything. Wait, why don't I even see this guy's icon on the map, though? He was in the bus, but then what happened to him?
What?
But no, I should try to play Red Dead 2 online somehow. Fuck. But I always like to wait for I don't like to do things right when they come out, but then again I end up waiting so long that they're about to go offline before I finally play them. What is that? What even is that? Some kind of alien sci-fi bullshit that they added later? Didn't seem to really do anything too meaningful to me, but I don't even know what half of the stuff in this game is gonna be. Why the fuck do I have that stupid firework thing, dude? I remember watching like some Milwaukee Bucks whatever playoff game while in this spot for some reason. Like I just associate that with, oh, you know what that was? I was playing the LSPD thing where you would keep coming out of there. It's like a mod and you get to play as a police officer. I don't know why I just remember that specifically. That was like definitely a couple years ago. Oh yeah, I did stream that a little bit too. I streamed the, you're just a cop and you keep doing these, whatever. You keep responding to crimes and stuff. You shouldn't need a mod for that though, because that's like actually, that always used to be in the game. Yeah, LSPDFR. You know, that should have been basically just the vigilante missions that you had in the first place. I completely forget how all that stuff works though. I don't think I modded GTA 4 much either. There was like one with just disasters and stuff where there's all kind of weather events and stuff. Where people always love those ones where just like cars are falling from the sky and crazy shit like that, and you just try to survive. It actually does seem like it takes a long time to level up, or at least it does in the context of how slow. Okay, somebody's over here. Watch, watch. He's too far though. Everything just feels like it's so meaningless though. You're just doing shit just for the sake of doing it. Like who cares about money or anything? It's all easy to get and it just doesn't matter. Maybe it wasn't always like that, but want to be your friend like in game? Sure. How do I even do that? Okay, let me actually try to get a couple good kills here before I waste my whole night doing this. It takes me so long to do everything. This guy's using some kind of clunky vehicle. Watch your language. He said stop the fucking car. Cops aren't supposed to talk like that. Oh, okay, hang on. Yes, yeah, I don't even know how to do stuff like that. For fuck's sake, I can't catch up to this clown using whatever shitty car he has. Oh, I juked myself. Forget it. Let's see. Friends. No friends. How do you even see the request then? Directed to the friends search. End of support. Rockstar will no longer be on 7, but that's not even what I'm using. Social friend request. Okay. Accept. Okay, these cops can't even get a sitting duck target who's not even paying attention. Or yeah, this is what you can do is even if you don't kill somebody, you can just get the cops on them because they're on you. So they'll just switch over to them. If they do anything, it makes them just more hyper alert and you're almost kind of griefing. Like how you can aggro a group of mobs to somebody. What the fuck, man? How do you miss that shot? How do you fuck that up? Are you serious, man? Why am I so bad at that? It's right on his head. Oh, you're 222. You were that person? Okay. I remember this female character that I had, so that must have been on console. Oh yeah, I think I played this a bit on PS4 for some reason. Sometimes I'll play on console just for the fuck of it. Like, there's no real reason for me to. Because whenever I have my console, I have my PC with me too. So, like, why would I do that? But just for the sake of it. Okay, where is this guy? All these stupid elevations, man. Watch, I'll make some crazy throw and get him over the side of this. No, no, don't run away. I'm just a harmless dude on foot. For fuck's sake, I better switch to another session or something. Yeah, I wonder what even the max level is and stuff in this game, or how long it would really take to get there. And all the time of this game being out, it's going to turn out it's like Tibia, where it doesn't have a max level and nobody even knows what it is for a super long time. People don't really seem to mind getting grief like this, though. They accept that it's part of the experience. You jacked my ride, I'm going to have you smoked. Unknown. Yeah, how do you even do stuff like that? Like if I was to, I don't know, 3,000 bounty, there's just so much shit going on.
Oh, shit! Mother.
This is the kind of thing that makes me wish I had more time. Like I would totally do this, like, just for the fuck of it. I'm not even doing it with like any goal. Come on, I had to have gotten him. I guess I don't understand. Maybe I overestimate how... What? Is he like in a passive mode? Why couldn't I get in there? Oh, that's you? But does that just give him immunity then? The fact that it's a friend? Oh. Let's see. Oh, is that he has that blue around him? Okay. I've never really seen how that system works. Got a pretty cool car there. Let's see. I bet you could still get them killed though if you do it in some creative way, like just, you know, you cause something else to blow up in their vicinity. Like we saw how we knocked that chick to the ground by blowing up the fire truck next to her, even though she was in passive mode. You gotta come up with all these creative grief strategies, like the Infernal and Goldshire thing, and wow. It could be a PvE server, but you bring a hostile Infernal, kite him all the way to Goldshire, and get him to kill everybody. Shit. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened here. Looks like somebody did that on purpose, but usually the cars wouldn't stay around that long or anything. I don't think I really ever bought like a house or anything too elaborate either. It was kind of just... Where did everybody go? What is this thing? Is this like the last man standing type of thing? Maybe I should do that. Gun van is found nearby. Court survival. Yeah, I always love to do these as like a hard mode little mini game type of thing. Stop trying to commit. Okay. Or this is the problem with it actually, is the fact that you have to do it in such a way that you do it solo, and I don't know how you can guarantee that. Right? Like sometimes you would just get it by chance. It would say like you can't find anybody, so then do you want to launch it by yourself? Host. Or yeah, I think you can just do that by choice. You can just choose to host it, and therefore you would, whatever, maybe we'll do it later. They're all scared of me now, or maybe I have to find a new session because this is just stupid, taking too long. There are people here, but I just keep somehow getting off track. And then, of course, anytime anybody is losing, they'll just leave the server. There's no sense of, like, you're not really nesting, or you don't really feel committed or attached to it. You're just kind of doing whatever. New lobby, it's dead. Okay, I'll switch. Or actually, before I do that, let me see with this. If I was to, how did I do that before? Like where I could host something. Quick join, play job, my jobs. Like where I would just pick play job. You want to play a specific job. Bookmark recently played Rockstar created community jobs. Rockstar verified. What was it? Like last team standing. What was that? Oh, survival, right? Now here, it still doesn't give me the option to host it, or it's more like if you can't find anyone, then it'll say, "Do you want to host it?" So unfortunately, if it's too active, then you'll never be able to do that because it'll be like there's just too many players. So there's always somebody. Okay, let me find new session here. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. Okay, this should be my last chance to actually get some glory. I keep missing stuff somehow. Like it feels like I'm hitting them with a sticky bomb and it's like right next to them, but maybe they nerf sticky bombs, like they have a shorter range of explosion, but they certainly aren't failing to get me. I doubt they would have changed it, but that's the thing, you don't even have to land it like on a vehicle. Got something fun for me or what? Oh yeah, we always end up in the stupid garage every time. Don't fall off V9 new race. You like race? Oh, is that you sending it? Let's see, how does this work? Okay, let's try that. I don't think I've really done them too much before. But yeah, there are. Oh, I always see these in like those stupid. Oh shit. I always see these in like whatever those YouTube videos where somebody's talking about some very random subject that has nothing to do with anything, but they just show this in the background as like some sort of stock footage. I don't care about any of this. Just go. Continuing. Benefactor. Don't fall off. Just don't fall. Confirmed Karen Calico GTF. Of course, I know all these car names and everything by heart. That is kind of annoying that you can't seem to launch one by yourself the way that I like to, like of the survival or something. Either that means it wasn't as active then, or there's some kind of loophole or trick to be able to do it, where you can just guarantee that you're hosting it. Oh shit, this is gonna be crazy. Already started off in first place though, that's a good sign. What the fuck? That's not even fair. I was accelerating the whole way. What am I supposed to do with that? I'm in second place, so can I still... That's interesting. Like I fell off, but it doesn't teleport you back, and it doesn't disqualify you from the race. You can hold... Oh, F to respawn. But I didn't even pass a checkpoint at all. That's kind of unfair. Why did it work now? That's so stupid. I did all you could do there because it was like... Whatever, it's not about the race, it's about the... Wait, how are we in first if... I thought he invited all those other people, or is it just me versus him? Jesus Christ, these are pretty elaborate. They'll turn into like Super Mario Maker type levels. Or most of this shit would just blow up if you really good use of various resources, random logs, all the different assets in the game. Now, what's cool is if you land on another part of it, you technically didn't fall off all the way, so you still get a second chance to do it. Hold F. Oh yeah, just to do that. Now you're kind of too close to it, so you won't actually be able to do that. Which I knew that, but that is kind of a cheese. Okay, how about now? It still won't be enough. Yeah, we'll back up like a whole mile then. It's just hilarious how it started me off like that. When I was like, you know, when we first spawned in at the beginning, I was like almost too close. So then by simply going straight as fast as I could, I still couldn't get far enough to do that. As much as I say how easy driving is in this game, clearly I'm not showing my ability with it. That's such a crap fucking thing. Or maybe it was... Wait, you couldn't even get up on there though, I don't get it. Give your car a boost. This is pretty sick to think about all the possibilities you could do with it though. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. You should really do this in a permadeath sense too. Like, you only get one chance, so you can't practice or cheese it like this. With the whole respawns. No respawn, one life. Delete your account if you die. I can't believe I'm only level 31 though, for whatever little I did with it. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Fuck. It's just too easy to fall off like that though. This feels like you're on ice or something though. It's so like slick. Just kind of going through it just to see what it's like, but see, like even that's bullshit. Even getting sped up by that is not helping you. You almost want to avoid it. Random fucking broken down bus. Damn, how long is this too? Now here you can kind of cheese and jump down there, but I guess you can't because of these stupid arrows or whatever. Damn, how long is this level? The only problem with that is that people would kind of practice it over and over and trivialize that. But doing that sort of thing for the first time is insane. Race ends in 15 seconds. Can you do it? Level 222. This almost makes it feel like you're playing an MMO, which in a way you kind of are, but just the way that they present it is always so hilarious because you spend so much time just fucking around with people in the overworld, and money feels so nonsensical because it doesn't really feel like it's that hard to earn or anything, and there's nothing I'm even doing with it besides just buying the ammo that I'm... Why do I look like that all of a sudden? Just to match my clown behavior and gameplay? The fact that... The fact that I'm playing like such a clown, so now at least I look like a clown. Good game. Total time 5 minutes. Let's see. Go here and then yeah, I don't think I hardly ever did too many races, but that is cool how many. That's the whole fun of this, is let the community do the work for you. Why bother making GTA 6 when you can just let fans make mods and cool maps for this game when you can just, you know, get them to buy shark cards? Not even because you're designing good content as Rockstar, but you're letting fans do it for them. Okay, let me try to get a couple kills and then I'll try to do a survival one, but it's not letting me do it solo, which is stupid. I guess you could pre-arrange it in that same way, like do it with a friend and then just have that friend quit out or something. But I remember being able to do it before. Maybe that's why I played on PS4, because it would have been dead, so you would have been able to, and this is like many, many years ago, but it would have been dead, so you would have been able to guarantee that you could do stuff like that solo. But why not just let me do it anyway? Now, would this take me back to the server I was already just on, or? Sometimes helicopters are easy targets because they don't expect that you'd be able to hit them. Where the fuck is he? 3,000 bounty set on me. I welcome it. Not really like it's that big of a deal if you die anyway, but get this shit ready. You gotta kind of just put it ahead of time and just assume that they're gonna come through it and time it. But I can't really do that either. I can't aim the throw or time the throw, let alone anything else. Okay, let's see what this blue guy is doing. Come on, let's just get an actual kill. You know, he can go shopping for his clothes or whatever, but anytime I want, his car is my bitch over here. How beautiful is that, dude? And I'll even take his car too. Fuck you. That was so good because he almost didn't oh, I can't even do it. He didn't expect that that would happen, I guess. Where was the oh, this thing, right? What does it take to blow up somebody's car anyway? Always this vigilante shit, but it's just them panicking because they see gunfire or whatever. And watch me abuse the regenerating health, just like I did in the single player campaign, permadeath purposes or whatever. And that was at least kind of a smooth kill, even though it wasn't really earned. A little ring around the rosy Scooby-Doo action. Aw, man. At least the cops will kind of harass them, so I can get away from that. Hiding in plain sight. The ultimate fucking strategy. Make yourself an easier target on the roof here. Let's see, where's this clown? Where's this clown? I'll get him. Oh, I wish you could aim a little better over the side here. Where'd he go?
God damn it, they got away. LSPD, motherfucker.
Where the fuck is he? Or is there a way I can like stand on this without? Fuck. Good one, dude. Oh my god. You know, received mod who would give you like supposedly bounty missions, even though that made it sound like a system that would be a little more interesting, where you could like get them over and over dynamically forever, but that's not what it turned out to be. Yeah, the cops almost messed this whole vibe up because you can't have a good 1v1 because they'll always get in the way. Oh, the cops just commandeering a car over there. Only kill I can get is one where they don't know that it's gonna be a kill. I throw the bomb on his car, and then whatever. He doesn't realize it, or he just goes in and ignores it. Hunt the beast shortly. I am the beast. Can't you tell by my epic plays? Okay, that guy left. Other players of beast, take them out. You don't need to tell me twice. I've been trying to do that the whole time. The beast left. That's just what he wants us to think. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. He's looking the other way. Not a very smooth kill, but of course, one-on-one deathmatch. But who wants to do that? That's what this overworld is. It's a free-for-all deathmatch, dude. This makes me seem like a troll, but the point is this game does a pretty good job at this sort of thing, right? Like, it almost suits what GTA is all about. You're trying to jack their cars and fuck their shit up and just kill them and, like, just do whatever you want. Almost like you're a bad guy, almost like you're a criminal who doesn't play by the rules or something. Oh, that's actually him, though. What is that purple thing over there? Yeah, at some point I'd have to do some actual missions. I don't know how to... Hot property briefcase. Like, let me just look at what they would be, though, actually. Like, play it through, like, a story mode campaign, as you would in almost a MMO or something anyway. Like... Jobs... Quick join, a mission... Are you sure you want to quick join? Progress automatically saved. You could make so much of this stuff so fun to do even solo, but it just won't let you do that, I guess. Let's see. I don't know how you even know like what order in which to do story missions or something like that in here, because if you I guess you could just go to like the icons on the map or something. I almost would want to make a new character and see how it presents it to you that way. Let's see the survival thing once more, I guess. Or here, let's see what it would do if I hit random job. The problem is there'll be... Okay, see you later. On call. Like, what even is this? Or just whatever, or I can't even do it. Humane raid key codes. And this is that stupid chick who cucks you. Who was it again? Isn't that the... No, I don't really even want to do that, though. Why does he keep showing that guy's message? Lamau, dumbass. Probably when I blew myself up, one of the many times I blew myself up. Ability to set the weather while in the creator's ambient settings menu. New creator tools and updates. Yeah, probably something the mods could have arranged many years ago. We could play tennis. We could do some... If you're a good sport, yeah, fuck that. I'm a good sport at hunting sport, which is other people, which is the whole point of the game. I don't really see it as a stigma in a game like this. I can understand, like, oh, you're a high level in some game, like an RPG, and you're killing low level players or something, right, unsolicited. But in this case, like, everybody's on a level playing field. If anything, I'm the low level, but it almost just doesn't matter because you can just do whatever you want. You took my ride. I actually tried to take somebody's ride, but I couldn't because whatever. Unless that's like an NPC doing it to you, but bounty of 5,000 has been set on you. It encourages this type of degenerate behavior to create rivalries and all this kind of shit. Or just kill somebody who's actually AFK over here. We should have like a proper gunfight one time, though. I keep using explosions too much to make up for my lack of aim. Fuck. Transaction pending. That was actually pretty good by then. They have the high ground. One to 8 players drift race. Now we got a chance to take out a chopper. Or they're back up. This is a pretty interesting vantage point that they have up here. Oh shit, here we go. If only I had a way to actually get up there myself. Need like an on-demand little fucking flying vehicle. You know what we could do is actually blow that thing up guaranteed though. Now you won't be able to get down from there either. How about that shit, dude? Now we gotta beat you in a proper gunfight. Wow, what the fuck? Unless they're using just an OP weapon or their aim is god tier. But see, I'm not a bad sport. I'll still continue the challenge. How the fuck would I get up there, though? There's a ladder at the very top, but they're killing me so easily. High ground or no high ground, how are they so good? That would be the next step, is find some parkour crazy way to actually get up there, but I'm too stupid to actually do it. You could almost get that all the way up there to actually do that. Receding, it's like there's almost too much freedom where like nothing feels like it's meaningful, right? Like that encounter there could have been so epic, like, oh, they're forced to stay up there and I'm forced to find a way up to them, and if I kill them I get to steal their chopper or do some crazy objective. But you're just kind of doing it just for the fun of it. You're not really, there's no rules or limits or anything at stake because there's just too much available. So whatever, that's kind of fun, I guess, but I almost want to make, maybe I should do this on my Wednesday series, or I could just do like a random multiplayer game like that. But that's kind of different than like the Permadeath Gauntlet that I was trying to do. I mean, this is always fun, that's the thing. My opinion of this is always positive every time I play it, but then I don't play it long enough or do anything actually with it. Or you just kind of recognize how it's like not very substantial, or like how it comes at the expense of other things. Somehow GTA Online is to blame for why GTA 6 took so long to come out, even if that seems so random.